2 assists compared to 8 for LSU. Now, granted, LSU, you don't need a lot of assists when you're making a lot of outside shots when you're giving the ball at the half court and then, throwing in a three. I mean, Giannis was unbelievable with 30 points. And Smart, those floaters, I mean, it looked like he couldn't be stopped by anybody on Michigan.
Yeah, he would drive and just find a way to get close to the basket. He would throw something up and it just went in. And he's got a great knack for making that happen. You know who he reminds me of is Cassius Winston. His ability to just penetrate and throw something up and get into a rhythm and make something happen. That's what Thomas reminded me of.
I mean, going forward, guys, don't you think, look, he made a big three and made a few good passes, but Mike Smith, it has to be the Mike Smith we saw in the good part of the Big Ten tournament, not the one who had a bad game and then missed the winning shot against Ohio State. Because he did not play very well last night.
No, threw up an air ball at the end of the game, got called for traveling. There were a few key mistakes, and I don't want to pin 2 plays on a guy for the game because there's a lot of good things he did too. But when it comes down to it, and you need plays made, you can't make those mistakes at that time.
Terrence Williams, his little contribution, he played pretty well. He made a really nice pass at one point, and he made a good follow on a bucket, and he played some decent defense. Yeah, that's what you want. I was surprised that he didn't end up using Zeb Jackson, but maybe because they didn't get into any foul trouble really with the guards playing. But look, it was a lot of fun to watch. It was it didn't go down to the very end like some of the other buzzer beater games that we've seen this tournament, or ones that buzzer shots that missed. But
it was like a lot of those games last night.
Yes,
there's a lot of football.
For sure, and it was just a fun game to watch. If you had no, rooting interest or betting interest or anything like that, that was just an entertaining 2 hours of basketball.
It was.
A little over 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, LSU got up by 9 in the first half. Michigan just fought to stay in it, and then I stepped away for a couple of minutes just because I couldn't take it anymore. And then I come back, and already it's halftime, and they're up 43-42. I thought it was great for them to be able to go into halftime up, and then in the second half, it was just a constant lead change back and forth all the way to the end. I thought it was just a fun game, and it was, if you did have some skin in the game, it was agonizing.
Oh yeah, because there was the line I believe was 5.5. It might have been dropped to like 4.5, but 5.5. And I said yesterday on the show I thought Michigan would win a close game, but I would thought was betting, which I didn't think. I would have taken LSU in the points, and for a little stretch there when it was like 6 points, said, oh my God, they're going to cover, they're not going to cover, but Michigan covered as most teams did yesterday. I mean, you look at what Florida State did. Michigan will play next on Sunday, easily over Colorado, and they dictated the pace of that game, and that's what Michigan. But Michigan can play at any pace.
Last night?
Yes, they did. And look, Florida State's really good because they're deep and their guards are big. It's not going to be an easy game. I don't know if the lines have come out yet on the game. I'll check during the break, but it's going to be pretty interesting, that Florida State game. And then if they, go forward, it's probably going to be Alabama, assuming that they beat UCLA, and Alabama. It's just a tough cover as far as defensively because they just run and chuck and they're really, really good. Gonzaga struggled early like they did it, down 8, came back, easily handled Oklahoma by 16. The one that really surprised me, not that they lost, was that the USC just killed Kansas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just destroyed them. And, I haven't watched that much, Pac-12 basketball this year for obvious reasons. But like the Mobley brothers, I mean, Evan Mobley, every mock draft you see is going to be a top 3 pick.
Mm-hmm. That was Pac-12 teams.
Yeah.
That was Kansas's third worst loss ever, worse than the tournament.
Yeah. 85-51. That is just unbelievable. And I was, I had to do a Zoom interview for a piece that Channel 4 is doing on Jamie and the colon cancer month. So Devin Skillian texted me, and he's a big Kansas guy. So at the end of our little text exchange, I said, good luck tonight. He goes, I think I'll need it. Boy, he needed a hell of a lot more than luck to lose by 34. 248-539-9797. We'll take your phone calls and your texts. Don't forget, Evan Jenkins, the king of the KC, will join us coming up at 9:02, a little earlier this morning. to check out what's going on 971theticket.com. I want to tell you right now about Taylor Chevrolet. They guarantee acceptance of all credit apps. So if you need a new ride but have bad credit, just apply with Taylor Chevrolet's credit specialists at helpgetalone.com. Apply now for that instant pre-approval for your new or pre-owned car, truck, or crossover. Taylor Chevrolet has helped thousands of customers at helpgetalone.com, even with a previous bankruptcy or repo, or if you have just fallen behind on payments during hard times. Taylor Chevrolet helps overcome past credit problems. Taylor has credit experts standing by for immediate assistance for you. At helpgetalone.com, you can fill out a credit app and know right away if you're pre-approved. You deserve to drive a safe, reliable vehicle. That's why I went to Taylor Chevrolet. I've had 3 cars from there. I had an Equinox, traded that in. Eventually for a Blazer, my daughter has a Trax. We love the service there. Mark and Renee do a great job. Chevrolet, find new roads. Apply now at helpgetalone.com. You're just a click away from driving a new car or truck from Taylor Chevrolet. Taylor says yes.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage. In Wayne County, there's a crash blocking both shoulders along I-75 northbound at Telegraph, and still a little bit heavy on 75 southbound near 12 Mile. United Wholesale Mortgage is the fastest growing company in Metro Detroit, and they're looking for unique individuals like you to join their team. They offer paid training, and you don't need any previous mortgage experience to succeed. So join the team at UWM and be you here. Apply today at UWMcareers.com. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Now, text or call the ticket using the same number. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
This from our size for the radio.com Sports Minute, sponsored by Lexicon Software and Services to help build better law firms. LexiconServices.com. Consider it another positive shot in the arm for a COVID-weary nation. The NFL announced yesterday that its 86th annual draft will be conducted in person and not virtually this coming April 29th through May 1st. Liberated from the Zoom feeds emanating out of Roger Goodell's Westchester Man Cave, the event will be staged across several sites in Cleveland, including First Energy Stadium, Great Lakes Science Center, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The NFL has not yet determined how many fans will be allowed to attend each venue and whether they must be fully vaccinated. Those kinds of details are still under discussion with city, state, and CDC officials. Meantime, after getting in all 269 regular and postseason games, a long-awaited coronation of Trevor Lawrence should be easy peasy. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course, we have everything you need for that big brake job. Right now, you can save 15% when you buy any Duralast brake pads and any 2 Duralast rotors. It's a great way to save while you take on the full job. Oh, and one tip. Look for a nice, easy drive after you finish the job. It'll help break in your new brakes. For more tips, visit AutoZone.com/DIY. Restrictions apply.
Cybersecurity is a top priority for business leaders. Many organizations don't have the expertise or infrastructure needed to keep up with ever-evolving security threats. That's where CBTS can help. CBTS offers a robust portfolio of cybersecurity solutions, including managed threat detection and response, where CBTS actively monitors your network 24/7, and their seasoned security professionals address cyber attacks as they occur. To learn more, visit CBTS.com or call our local office at 248-654-3600.
Well, the statement that one team ruins your bracket every year has never been more true. I mean, a total disaster this year. That's why betting the game's much better. FanDuel Sportsbook hooking you up with exclusive 30-1 odds on all 16 teams that comprise the Sweet 16. So if you're a new user, FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code TICKET, you'll get 30-1 on any team to win their game in the Sweet 16. You can win up to $150 on a $5 bet. So just be right and grab 30-1. All you need to do is sign up, FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code TICKET. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code TICKET. You got to be 21 and up. You got to be present. Michigan new users only. You must wager in the designated offer market. $10 deposit required. Max bonus, $150. Restrictions apply, and see full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you got a gambling problem, call the number 1-800-270-7117.
Duncan Robinson, one of the NBA's most unlikely success stories, celebrates underdogs from basketball and beyond on his new podcast, The Long Shot. Hear from athletes and others who've proven naysayers wrong. Listen free on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your shows.
Breaking news on 97.1 The Ticket, powered by Radio.com Sports and presented by BetQL. Become a better sports bettor. Get smarter to beat the books. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today. You could win the Ticket signing bonus. $1,000 in 11 times each weekday. Powered by BetQL. Let BetQL's proven data and analytics help you become a better bettor. Download the BetQL app today. Listen for the keyword at half past each hour between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Text that keyword to 72881 before the end of that hour. Message and data rates apply, and you could win a $1,000 signing bonus on 97.1 The Ticket.
3-5, 6 minutes left. Right wing Brown, another three. Another night.
What can Brown do for us?
Season high 21 for Sean D. Brown. Michigan's largest lead is 8.
2 mils or 3 mils.
Oh, man. A little exciting there.
Yes, he is, as he should be.
Damn right. He's a national champion.
He
His
is.
alma mater. People forget about that, right?
Yep.
It's the Michigan Radio Network there, published by Brian Bush.
It's like the TV last night, the announcer did a Hans and Franz reference.
I know. Yes. By the way, somebody ticket texted, and I didn't read it on the air. Somebody, did you notice that they did a Pete Maravich stat there during the game? And they said yes. Yes, I forget exactly which stat it was.
The stat was, I think it was Javante Smart. Oh, no, it was whoever shoots all the free throws for him.
Right.
It shot like 189 free throws. And they, I don't know if they said it was second most in the season, but they said it was leading the nation by far. And they said Pete Maravich has the school record, and it's like 300 something.
Then see Pistol Pete getting some love there. What do you think? Like, so Sunday's game, we got Nance, Grant Hill, Braft, and Tracy Wolfson. The A crew for that game, which is not a surprise. Yes. What do you think of? I think Andrew Catalan did a nice job. I can't tell. Sometimes I can't tell who he sounds like. Sometimes he sounds like Tirico's a little bit. That's more maybe Spiro Ditas a little bit. But I thought Lapis, what he had to say was really good, but I just thought he talked way too much.
I got to be honest with you. I don't even remember listening because my kids, like, I know the sound was on,
right?
But I was talking to myself, and I was talking to the players on the TV, and I was getting up and walking around, and I'm sure it was very entertaining for those in my house and my kids, but I don't even honestly remember hearing an announcer in that game at all.
I think they did a solid
They were
job.
good.
Stoney, you brought up okay, and I was going to tell you guys about this a couple of weeks ago when I got interrupted with a phone call after the show. And you mentioned Grant Hill is going to be part of the broadcast. So when he was doing the Big Ten tournament, and it was Illinois-Ohio State, and Ohio State was trapping at the end, trying to press to, get a foul or steal, Hill didn't know that you could have all 5 guys out of bounds and have 4 sprint and 1 with the ball.
Wow.
And I like him. I think Grant Hill's a great guy.
Yeah.
And I also like him as an announcer, but let's see, bringing these guys in at the end of the season to call games, like the Barkley and the Kenny Smiths in the studio, they don't do their homework, man. I mean, I thought that was just like, seriously? Because a lot of teams have copycatted that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, Barkley now basically he makes jokes about himself about not watching a lot of college basketball. Sometimes I think Kenny Smith thinks he knows everything.
Yeah.
By the way, did you notice
The Jet likes himself.
Yes, he does. Have you noticed that not the CBS one, but maybe one of the other, whether it's TNT, whatever Wally Zerbiak's on, his crew, he's got the biggest wins or not I've ever seen in my life. You ever notice that? It's just me.
Yeah, it's the eyebrows. I mean, yeah. I was actually thinking about proposing this for a topic tomorrow. The all-eyebrow team in sports. Because we had Luka Garza go out, too.
Oh, my Lord.
And Zerbiak, and then you have the brow, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Zerbiak, he was a good college player, and
He
was pretty good in the NBA, too, with the T-Wolves, right?
Yeah, he had a good career.
Yes. By the way, some interesting Lion contractual news I just saw on Twitter during the break. Don Muehlbach's contract has just been broken down. Gotta love the Mule. Gotta love Don Muehlbach. 1 year, $1.175 million. Included in that is the $50,000 signing bonus, $1.75 million salary, 50,000 active, inactive, any one-game roster bonus, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, the $37,500 Super Bowl incentive.
Yes.
Gotta love it.
Yes.
That'll really incentivize him to have good snaps every time.
That's so the Super Bowl incentive for every Lion should be like $8 million. It's something that will never be paid.
Likely to be earned and unlikely to be earned bonuses.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
There's a category for that too, basically.
Yeah, it's and how it affects the salary cap, but yeah, unlikely to be earned would definitely not affect the cap as much. So go ahead and load it up.
Damn right.
John, let me ask you this: if you're a big guy, let's say, so 6'2" and above, and you're
6'2".
All right, 6'3", 6'7".
Okay, we gotta set the standard somewhere.
And you're like 275 plus, and you're in good shape and you're playing football. Like, if you could, do you think like a lot of people could perfect this to where they could make it
as a long snapper?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, it's a tougher skill than most people think. Plus, I don't want to say it's easy now. It's a little bit easier now because you can't line anybody up over the center. You're not getting hit with your head between your legs, whether it's an extra point field goal or it's a punt. But there's a lot more that goes into it because you do actually, on a punt, have to block somebody after you snap the ball. You've got to move. There's a lot that goes into it. So no. And honestly,
this is his college career. This is the reason why I ask you. From Wiki, Muehlbach attended Texas A&M, where he served as a team's long snapper for just 2003. He also saw action at punter as a sophomore in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
So he hardly did anything in college. And somehow he found his way. He was with the Ravens, got let go, and then the Lions picked him up in the 2004.
Greatest Matt Millen free agent signings of all time.
In 2004, 17 years.
Yeah, it's a unique skill. Just like anything, some individuals just have that ability and they're unique, and others don't. And he's got it. And he's been fortunate enough to be able to capitalize on it.
I saw, who's the long snapper in Michigan? Cheeseman was his name, right?
It was, but I do believe that he sat out this year to prepare for...
Well, I saw him listed in the media release as far as Pro Day on Friday. Or whenever it is. He's there.
Yeah.
He's gonna be snapping his, what off.
Snapping and running.
You got it. All right, coming up next, Evan Jenkins. Tell you about 97.1theticket.com. But first, here's T.O.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mark Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Let's start with college basketball as Michigan would advance to the Sweet 16.
Good. Company. Yeah, you guys paid for them. Okay. Yep. Bye. It's just asking how we paid for the tires and not the tires.
Well, Linden, Iowa lost yesterday. The Terrapins totaled against Alabama 96-77, while the Hawkeyes were beaten by Oregon 95-80. The Red Wings will look to make it 3 wins in their last 4 outings as they take on the Predators tonight in Nashville. Our coverage begins at 7:45. For the second straight season, Matthew Boyd has been chosen as the Tigers' starting pitcher for opening day.
sexual misconduct and sexual harassment. An NFL spokesman confirms last night the league has opened an investigation into all of those allegations against Watson. Football is on the agenda today at Michigan State as the Spartans begin their spring workouts in East Lansing. Those practices will end on April 24th with Michigan State's annual spring game at Spartan Stadium. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studios, Tony and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Thank you, T.O. A.J. Hinch was with us earlier. We'll replay that interview coming up later in the broadcast. That will be at 9:35, which is usually the slot for the King of the KC, the one, the only Evander. We call him Evan Jenkins tell us what's on 97.1theticket.com. First of all, Evan, because he shares the same first name as you, were you joining in the club lose 7 and draft Evan for the Pistons for Evan Mobley?
No, I'm not in that camp. He's a very good player. I wouldn't want him.
Needs to put on a little weight, huh?
Well, we said that about Kevin Durant too.
That's true.
And Kevin Durant hasn't gained a pound since he's been in the NBA.
And Kevin Garnett, people said that too, if you really want to go back.
Yeah, and some players just are going to play that way.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk that way about Imani Bates.
Yeah.
Because he is a string bean.
I know.
So you gotta wonder why some players it just happens like that, right?
He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good, this kid.
He really does. I mean, to see the Pac-12 doing so well in the tournament is crazy.
I know.
But it's kind of what we expected because we didn't know going into the tournament how any cross-conference matchups would happen.
Yeah.
How they would hurt the teams and look at the Big Ten.
Right.
Done well.
I know.
And then there's one.
That's your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm speechless.
I know you. That was a fun game to watch. Take these rooting interests aside.
It was very entertaining, and Michigan did to them what they did to a lot of opponents this year and made them get away from what they do. If Michigan gets a decent lead, 6, 8 points, it's hard to come back because they just keep doing what they do.
Right.
And you had to think Michigan was going to win too. And you saw LSU had 0 turnovers until what? 14 minutes left in the second half.
Yeah.
And Michigan was still right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they played a perfect game and still only had 8 points.
I thought the pace of the game was too fast for Michigan. They should have slowed down. Shows you what I know.
They played great.
All right,
Absolutely.
what do we have to look forward to on the website?
We're going to have some Lion fans that I think are going to be a little confused on what they want the team to do in the NFL draft. Having the 7th overall pick gives you some sweet options where, the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks are going to go, but then you have the pick of the draft with every other position, right? And Mr. 446, Kyle Pitts, he is out there. I don't know if that was his pro day or not.
His pre-pro day. Their pro day is March 31st.
And he was clocked at running a 4.4640, and that's where some people were debating on whether or not he is worth a pick that high. But I don't think it's been since, Vernon Davis, that a tight end has even ran that fast.
John Jansen says he would take Pitts over Sewell.
Yes. I think he is a game changer.
Well, I guess Matt Jones ran that fast, too, in 2005. You remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for, what was it, Jacksonville?
Yeah, he was from Arkansas.
Yes.
They put him in as a tight end. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see where he goes. And without the actual NFL Combine, you might not see the hype like we've seen other players get. But I think he's going to be a top 10 pick.
Oh, yeah. A lot of mocks have him, including the one that just surfaced today from Kuiper that has him. Lions won't even get a chance at him.
No, he's going 5 to Cincy.
It's wild. Talk about the NFL changing, right?
Yes.
Our fine folks at radio.com actually put together their most recent mock draft. And this is another pick that I think Lions fans will be hitting their dashboards, streaming, throwing stuff at the TV. But Virginia Tech cornerback Caleb Farley, 7th overall. That's not where we want to see the team go with their first overall pick, right?
No.
But they're trying to build for the future. If you can get 2 corners, if Okudah pans out to be what we all think he could be, you're starting young with those positions.
Yes.
John hates the idea.
I'm not a big fan.
77 jersey.
Oh
my.
No.
Okay, what about
Well, first of all, we would go to a bar the night before.
I bet you there's at least one kid on your team. I'm not naming any names. I'm just guessing there's one seed that would have won.
Could have.
Yes. What about when you were with Washington?
Well, we were in a hotel the night before, but no, I would not wear my jersey. I wouldn't wear it in public at all unless it was for, first of all, it wouldn't be a game jersey. They were too tight. But if it was for a charity event or some type of public appearance where they're like, hey, we want you to wear your jersey, that would be the only occasion.
The reason I ask is Bryce Harper went and got gas in full uniform.
Was he coming from the game?